Sign up today.
The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Trader's Edge with Steve Rhodes. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648 or internationally at 727-873-7618. The Trader's Edge. Now, Steve Rhodes.
Good afternoon, folks. Welcome to the May 14th, the Thirsty Thursday edition of today's Trader's Edge show. I'm your host, Stevie Perseverance Rhodes, who absolutely knows that each of us should always be pioneers of our future versus prisoners of our past. Hope everyone out there is having a great day. Hey, let's make sure we have an extraordinary one. And the easiest way to do that, well, it's to always remember that life is happening for us, not to us. That's right. When you and I make that one little 2x4 shift, it means we can find the gift in every set of circumstance that life is going to toss at us. Now, today, you and I, we're going to go check on the circumstance of these markets. We're going to go figure out what those bulls and bears, what those buyers and sellers are communicating to you and I at just past 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I do want you to know that I'm absolutely grateful for your presence here, but much more important than that, during this next 60 minutes, I'm here to serve you. So feel free to pick up that phone. You can dial on in 877-927-6648. If you can't dial in, well, we've got you covered there too. Go ahead and send me an email, steve@tfnn.com. Inside that subject heading, please put radio show question. Send those emails early if you can. And of course, in our Tiger's Den, well, any ping will do. So let's go ahead and get this show started on terrific Thursday. Of course, this is Tiger Financial News Network. I'm Steve Rhodes. Welcome to Lush Show. Right now, we've got a mixed bag out here. You've got the Dow and the S&P trading up. The Dow's up 100 points. The S&P is basically flat. It's up 1 point. NASDAQ 100 down 30 points. Russell's off 11. That's about 1% to the downside. New York Stock Exchange is flat. Semis are off 6 points. Trannies are down 90. Spot volatility index is tested and rejected. It's 50-day exponential moving average. We'll take a look at that. Gold's got a bid, trading out at $1,740, up $24. We'll certainly go take a look at where that's trading into. Silver's up nearly 3%, 46 pennies, trading out at $16.13. Light sweet crude up $1.50. She's trading out at $26.79. The 30-year Treasury's up a full point. It is trading out at $181.26, and natural gas is up 7 pennies. It too may have gotten a bid. Lead the charge dollar-wise. The upside, you've got Cintas Corp up $24, 12%. Chipotle up 24. CoStar up 18. Wix up 12. United Health up 11. To the downside, it's Equinix. That's off $19. Sherwin-Williams, painting the town red, off 2% or $11 and change. Northrop Grumman down 10. Wayfair off about 10, and Google down 10. Lots of about 10s out there. So let's go take a peek at the markets out here. You know what I'm first going to do is I'm just going to start with this chart here. I know we have a number of new listeners out here and viewers, and and I can picture myself. I can go back. It wasn't really that long ago. When from a technical perspective, I didn't know diddly about the chart patterns out here. I'd look at this chart and say, are you telling me you can really find some meaning in this to assist you with your trading and investing? Don't forget, I'm a bean counter out there by a degree. And so, I love numbers out here. I love a lot of things, but certainly a numbers guy. And in looking at this chart here, I can see where somebody would look at it and not really be able to tell exactly what's going on. So what I like to do is there are tools. We use them here each and every day. You and I do, to assist us in trading and investing. So let's go and apply some of those tools out here. And then you get to see how helpful these tools can be. So the first tool we'll apply, something based upon what Peter said earlier in the den. He wanted me to take a look at the ES Mini. So we're starting with the daily time frame chart out here. And now when we decorate the chart, boy, this tells us a whole lot about what the market is doing. You see, the green, red, and blue lines on this chart here are the center, the top, and the bottom of Sometimes I'll use the word box. Of course, you don't see a box out here, but that box or that area is referring to the top, center, and bottom, the market profiles. Now, the cool thing about this is these are the goalposts, so to speak. And in this game that you and I play, the goalposts are always moving. Not every single day out here, but the goalposts here that I'm referring to are these TAS market profiles. And without the market profiles, you and I don't clearly see where buyers and sellers reside, especially during the current time period that we're in. The past is the past. You and I want to focus on the now. What is it that we know about the now right now? Oh, how about that, Steve-O? Well, here's what we know. Here's what we knew yesterday. Here's what we knew 5 days ago. We knew where buyers and sellers resided, and the buyers reside at support. That's 2766. It says 80, but the ES Mini doesn't trade to that. So we'll just use the whole number, 2766. And price traded right down into that. Now you're looking at this screen, and when you take a look at those profiles, that center level of the profile is where both buyers and sellers believe there is fair value within inside that range. The range being the top and the bottom of the box out here. So right now, where price is sitting in the ES Mini is right basically smack dab on that center line where both buyers and sellers believe there's fair value. That price point, by the way, is 28.16. We're trading at 28.1775 out here. So we're at the neutral point right now in this move. If you're asking me which way is price going to go from taking a look at the daily chart, we don't know. It could go either way out here. Now, you could always say that you could say that all the time, Steve-O. Well, but now when I say it with meaning. Meaning because all I'm doing, this is not my opinion. What we know is exactly where the buyers and sellers are when we turn these market profiles on. Now, the importance of these market profiles, the importance of today's action, the end of the day action out here, it doesn't matter what's happened at 112. Now, we're going to go take a look at that. We'll take a look at where battle lines are and look at multiple time frames to assist us on what the message of the market is. But here we're just taking a look at the daily. And what we know is that the trend has not changed yet inside of the ES Mini. Now, you may say, Steve-O, what in the Sam heck do you mean? Well, here's what I mean, Jelly Bean. What I mean is that when we start to see closes below support, the bottom of a profile, just take a look back here, come back to the trading day of February 24th. As soon as we see that take place, then we may have a change in trend. Stevie likes to see 2 days. I don't like those one-hit wonders. Not that I don't like those one-hit wonder songs out there. Many of them are very great, are very, very great. Holy shnikes out here. But you know what I meant. But when you do see a close below support, very important level of support out here, that tells us about a potential of a impending change in trend. We don't have that. So far, the bottom of the profiles, this is really the first time that we this is the first, that's right, the one-hit wonders out there. The O-Nighters, I believe, is the name of that band. And so until we see a close below the bottom of the TAS market profile, this is the ES Mini out here, support is held and its trend has not changed. Now, will price could not bust it to the downside. Thank goodness for Tommy O'Brien. We've got some, great different quotes that we can use. And his famous quote, I always have to pay $1 when I use it. So today that would be $2 that I owe him. If you can't bust him down, well, price will try to bust him up. Now, we aren't going to make that conclusion just yet because price is sitting right where buyers and sellers are. So we'll go figure out a level that the ES Mini needs to close above in order to make that run for the high, 28.90. Maybe that's where the counter trend rally ends. And you guessed it, it's going to be Stevie's green or red line that we'll look at when we come back from this break.
If you're not currently using the TAS Profile Scanner when looking at setting up your trading opportunities, then your arsenal is short a mighty weapon. The TAS Profile Scanner is a standalone piece of software that instantly filters over 2,500 global financial markets such as stocks, ETFs, commodity futures, and Forex. Headed by Steve Dahl, TAS understands that in today's technological world, the use of top-flight software applications and technical analysis expertise is essential to successful trading in today's market. You also gain access to the webinar that Steve Dahl and Tom O'Brien just hosted, The Best Way to Use the TAS Profile Scanner Scanner to Profit. This webinar archive is available for all subscribers immediately upon signing up. All new subscriptions also come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. Start your subscription by visiting the front page of TFNN.com today, and you'll find the TAS Profile Scanner under the Services tab. Sign up today. Are you in the market for buying or selling real estate in the Bay Area, including the surrounding St. Petersburg, Tampa, and Clearwater markets? Tiger Real Estate LLC is a firm that has extensive experience in the Tampa Bay area. Whether you're looking to sell your current property for maximum value, or you're in the market for a second home or investment property, Tiger Realty has the experience across all areas of real estate in the Tampa Bay area to help buyers and sellers make the most informed decisions across all price levels. From the price you should be paying per square foot in certain up-and-coming areas to the type of cash flow investment properties are capable of creating, Tiger Real Estate can help you make the best decision when it comes to all areas of the market. Before you make one of the biggest decisions of your financial future, call Tiger Real Estate LLC today at 727-329-8322 or email us at tiger@tfnn.com. That's 727-329-8322. Call us today. Larry Pesavento is hosting a special event Thursday, May 21st from 9 a.m. until 4 p.m. Eastern Time. Trade What You See, a live trading event. For the first time in over 10 years, Larry will host a live event where you'll watch over his shoulder as he trades the markets live. You'll see how he organizes his trading day, the times most likely to generate a signal, what outside information he ignores, and more importantly, what he does not ignore, and much more. Larry will trade the markets in real time, including the Euro US dollar, pound dollar, dollar yen, the Dow, and E-mini S&P, crude oil, gold, treasury bonds, wheat, and soybeans, and more. When you sign up, you get a month of his daily newsletter, Fibonacci 24/7 included. For all the details on Larry Pesavento's live trading event on Thursday, May 21st, and to sign up today, visit the front page of TFNN.com.
Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-873-7618.
Welcome back, folks. So we're taking a look at the market profile for the S&P 500, the ES Mini equity future contract out here. If we take a look at the other, so I believe the ES Mini at this stage of the game is the one that's providing you and I with the most amount of information. Now, the Dow has had a nice rally, so we're certainly going to go take a look at it as well. But with regard to the market profiles out here, you'll see that it's really the ES Mini that has tested and rejected the bottom of that profile. Price is trading below the Dow equity future contract profile. That's 23,460, and the Russell so far has tested and rejected the bottom of that profile, 1232 and some change out here, and the NQ has not been able to get all the way down to the bottom, 87.14. So it's really we're keen on here is the ES Mini. If we take a look at short-term time frame charts just to get a feel for what has gone on here, as the ES Mini was testing the bottom of that daily profile. Well, guess what was happening on a 30-minute time frame? Price was pushing that string, pushing it lower, creating that Rhodes momentum indicator. At this stage here, we can see that price is above the top of the 30-minute profile. That was at 27.97. This would give us a price target of 28.74, where price had most recently broke down. This is going to be bar number 6 at 130 of a TD9 count. So we know that Topskin forms on bars 8, 9, or 10, so you can figure out the math from there. Half-hour bars run bar number 6. There could be 4 more bars to get to bar number 10. So there may be a topic that occurs within the next hour to 2 out there, just using the 30-minute time frame chart. So you want to pay attention to that. Don't know whether a 9-count pattern will form or not. We won't know until we see the price activity as we get a little bit closer to that. So that was the 30-minute time frame. The 60-minute time frame, hourly time frame, doing the exact same thing, only giving us a better signal. The better signal was this, in fact, had a bullish reversal candle. In this case, price above the top of its profile, 28.17. So this is suggesting a higher price. We won't go. I'll give you that number. That number would be 29.39, but that's not really the number that I would give you at this stage of the game. Just simply have to know that on the intraday timeframes, the tools that you and I use here for any charts, this is what helps you to understand what the market is communicating to us. So in other words, those folks that were thinking this morning with futures trading lower, that now was the time to get in on the short side without understanding where buyers were, the daily time frame, and then right now I'm focusing on the ES mini, without understanding what was going on the intraday time frames, and those patterns were pushing lower. They began pushing lower, I think around 8:30, something like that. If we take a look at a 2-hour time frame chart, same thing going on here. Price moving lower, doing less relative energy, and the 2-hour time frame is not treading. It's dealing with resistance of its bearish structured profile right now. And that's priced at 28.21. We're at 28.23. So you're going to want to watch now this 2-hour time frame. Bar, I believe, closes at 2 o'clock. So if it closes above 28.21, this is telling us that price wants to move to higher ground as well. I see we've got a caller on the line who wants to talk about the S&P. Let's go speak with Brent in Martinez, California. Brent, thanks for calling. Thanks for holding. How are you?
Oh, I'm doing just great, Steve. How are you doing?
Very good. Thanks for asking. And so let's further the conversation about the S&P. How can I help you?
Yeah, I heard you talking about that. The one question I did have that I noticed, it seemed like there's a pattern there that I didn't see in the Dow or the NASDAQ, but there looked like there was a ABC pattern from that recent top to the low we made today that might have completed. I just had a question about that, what you thought, in regards to that.
So let's go look at that. So here I'm just taking a look at the Dow equity future contract. Let me draw in that A to B equals CD pattern. And so that A point here is the high trading session of April 30th, folks. The B point would be the low that came in on May 4th, makes that retracement up into a high on May 11th. And yes, this has made a 1-to-1 A to B equals CD. And the question is, do we have a bullish reversal signal? So let's go take a look at the Dow equity future contract, even though we know that the bar at 122 in the afternoon is not necessarily the bar that we're going to see come 5 p.m. But if we do take a look at right now, what we do see is we do see a hammer candle out there. And so, yeah, that would be although small in nature, that would be a Gartley buy pattern. We've got the Gartley sell pattern that is up on the screen. And so I'll take that one off at this stage here, just paint this in so that folks can see that. And that would be, boy, that didn't look right. What did I do there? I don't know what I did there. I'm not going to worry about it right now. But so, Brent, in answering your question, yes, there at this stage here, there is a Gartley SPY pattern on the daily time frame for the Dow equity future contract, and it'll especially be that way if it maintains its bullish candle configuration.
Yeah, I thought it was interesting because when I looked at the NASDAQ and the Dow, that they didn't have the same pattern for whatever reason. That just formed a different pattern there, but I did notice that it seemed like it was forming that, and it might have completed today. So,
yeah,
I mean, so far we don't know. We don't have the close yet, but if it were to close something like it's doing now, I mean, at least got down and hit the point that you would kind of expect on the D points.
Yeah, I think from a price standpoint, something else that you and I can look at here would be this 23,460 area. So we know that when price closes below the bottom of profile for 2 days, it stands a pretty good chance of telling you and I that there's a change in trend out here. And yesterday we did get a close below that. And so 23,460 would be a level that I would be watching and observing today. If price closes back above that, it actually says at the break yesterday, and today's action was a false move to the downside, and we could easily see price move up to 23,965, folks. That's the center of its profile. And its profile is bearish in structure on a daily basis, whereas the ES Mini is bullish in structure. And so any type of counter trend move inside the Dow where price closes above 23,460 would suggest that move to either the center or the top. So you'd be looking at 23,965 to 24,218 as where price might run out of gas. So inside the Dow, I'm just going to move over to the 5-hour time frame out here. And what the 5-hour time frame chart has done is this has confirmed a TD9 count pattern here, bar number 1 so far, as long as that low holds. This shows resistance right now at about 23,390. So about 50 points higher than where we're trading right now. So that's another area to be watching out there. Brent, how else can I help you? What else can I pull up for you? Any observations as well?
I was hoping you could just do it quickly. I'm not looking for a full analysis, but I just was curious on U.S. Steel. I know we had that bullish crossover on the OUL. Did it go down and, once it turned to green, is it today? Did it test that, or has it tested that?
So let's try
I'm
to
curious
pull
if it came
that.
down.
Let's try to pull that up on our screen out here. So in the case of United States Steel, this pulled back, and it is still rejecting the top of that daily profile. I know you asked about the oscillator and change line. We'll go take a look at it. But price right now, as long as it can hold 712, could suggest that the retracement would be over. Its real strong support area on a retracement is 659 to 677. So if price closes below 712 today, that would, from a profile standpoint, that's what the message would be for you and I. As we pull over the other daily time frame chart here for U.S. Steel, prices below the oscillator and change line. I think that's what you had asked, and that's priced at 768. And that always tells us, because it's green, it just says at this stage here, more retracement. Now, interestingly enough here, Brent, 668 is the price point on a daily base where price broke out. And so that should be strong support. It's wedged right in between the bottom and the center of that box out there. Anything below that, 570 is the number.
All right. Thank you very much. You have a great day.
You bet. Always good to hear from you. That was Brent in Martinez, California. Last instrument we looked at was U.S. Steel. We'll be right back. I'm certain you are or strive to be one of the best at everything you do in life. It's the most common trait that we tigers and tigresses share. If you're looking to become the best of the best when it comes to managing your money, let me teach you to do what most wealth managers tell you can't be done, which is how to time the markets. I'm Steve Rhodes, author of Mastering Probability, and for the last 12 months, Timer Digest has been tracking my newsletter signals, which have earned me the ranking as their #1 market timer in the nation for the S&P 500 for the last 12, 6, and 3 months. Timer Digest also ranks me as the #1 market timer for gold as well. The fact is, markets can be timed, and I'll teach you the exact set of tools that I use that has transformed me into one of the best at what I do. Sign up for Mastering Probability today by clicking on the newsletter tab on the homepage of TFNN.com and get immediate access to workshops where I take you step by step how to use an extraordinary set of tools, as well as provide great market calls too. Sign up today.
If you're a trader in the market looking to find the path that leads to maximizing profits while decreasing risk, then now is a great time to try out Dave White's daily trading service, The Path of Least Resistance. Through the use of options and equity trades, Dave advises his subscribers on a daily basis of the current market conditions and what possible trade setups are on the horizon. The Path of Least Resistance is published every trading morning, often with updates intraday when initiating trades or closing out positions. Dave White has advised his clients of some outstanding winning options and equity trades in recent months, and now is a great time to try it out for yourself. New subscribers to the Path of Least Resistance receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. See for yourself the types of options and equity trades that are available by signing up for the Path of Least Resistance today by visiting the front page of TFNN.com and selecting the newsletter tab. Sign up today. TFNN is excited about our new software charting program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts. In collaboration with Tom O'Brien and using his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, David White has programmed an outstanding piece of software that will complement any trader's methodology. Using this first-of-its-kind program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts allows you to scan thousands of stocks for Fibonacci formation setups, including Gartley's, ABC's, butterflies, and much more. The Art of Timing the Trade Charts is designed to help you when scouring the markets for stocks just beginning to form the trading patterns that many investors spend days, weeks, or even months searching to find. And right now we're offering licenses available at only $79 a month. We are so confident that you're going to love this new charting software that will even give you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Don't miss out on this incredible new piece of software. Get your copy of The Art of Timing the Trade Charts today by visiting TFNN.com.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. So let's go take a look at. We had some requests that have come in. L. Leonardo, we've really covered the equity side of the trade and what to do. Make sure you've got some stops in place, especially because of because of the rejection that we looked at inside the ES Mini. Now, it's also, I see that you're also in a trade here inside the spot volatility index, and so you should have really been watching the 50-day exponential moving average simultaneously, folks. On my screen here, I was watching the spot volatility index being tested, the 50-day at that 38.41 level. It was slightly different than that, as well as the ES Mini coming back to test the bottom of that profile. So one was testing support, the other was testing resistance. In order for the market to get moving to the downside, specifically for the S&P 500, you need to see the spot volatility index close above 38.41. The actual number is irrelevant. It doesn't matter whether it's 40, it's 50, it's 60, it's 100, it's 20, it's 5, it's 10. It matters what that number is in relationship to its 50-day exponential moving average. What do you mean, Steve-O? It's very simple. This chart here just simply lays that out. The yellow box areas are time periods where the spot volatility index is above its 50-day exponential moving average. What does price do? It moves sideways to lower. What happens when that spot volatility index is below the 50? Those are your green areas. Price moves sideways to higher. So it's really very important. I listen, I hear people always talking about the number as if the number for the spot volatility index meant anything. It only means something in relationship to its 50-day exponential moving average. All I'm trying to do for you is to truly simplify things. Take a look at this chart data that we have and be able to just add a couple of tools. Not to add too much noise out here, but just be able to use a couple of tools to make things fairly easy for you to understand what the message of the markets is. So, Leonardo, best of luck with everything. Hopefully what we've covered so far has helped you out. LB, Lee writes in and wants to take a look at ticker symbol WRTC. So let's go take a look at it. And that is a Wrap Technologies. And your question is, give me your opinion where this might be heading. This has been a long-term hold, but you're starting to wonder how low it can go. So here's what you know right now today, specifically, Lee, about Wrap Technology. Yesterday was a close below the bottom of its profile. Today it's trading below the bottom of its profile. So 440 is the number that you want to pay attention to. If price closes below 440, it's suggesting lower price. Now, lower price to where? Excellent question. For this, we move over to the weekly time frame. Now, in the weekly time frame, what you and I know is that the weekly profile is bullish in structure. So what does that mean again? That means up at the top at 502 where the sellers are at. At the bottom, 369, is where the buyers are at. And at 413, we've got both buyers and sellers. Now, at 413, we can see that profile, that center profile, is closer to the bottom. So bullish in structure. So where's the range for support on a weekly basis for WRTC? Very simple. It's between 369 and 413. And so this may have found a bit of a bottom here. You want to clearly see 413 as a low hold. But there's resistance at 440, and so you really won't know unless price can get above that, get back inside the profile, whether you're out of the woods or not. Likewise, a close below 413 says 369 would be the number. Now, when I take a look at WRTC, and I apologize, I don't know why this hasn't picked up today's data. We don't really need to. What I'm going to be able to share with you, Lee, is that what price did today in pulling back, because I believe it got down here, it pulled back to test its breakout level, and that's 415. So that's cool because we have 415 as a breakout level. I believe we had 413 as the center of the box out here. The actual low today has been 410. So if you were looking to add to your position, now this formed a TD9 count pattern. So bar number 8 was the actual high. That's pushed price back to, even though it doesn't show today's bar out here, right back to where it broke out. If you were looking to add the position, 415 would have been that number out there. Does that help you, Lee? I hope that it does. You're asking how low can this go? Well, now you know 415 and 413 are your key numbers, and if you see closing below that, well, then you're headed lower and you're headed to 369. But what Steve-O can share with you from a chart perspective right now is key levels of support have held. So best of luck on that trade, Lee. I hope that helps you out. Dan G writes in. He says, I'm holding this long GATX. So let's go see what GATX is. That is GATX. GATX Corp. Wow, those folks were very creative, weren't they, in coming up with the name of their company. Now, you've got you're holding this long. And so what you really don't want to see this do, it's really been consolidating within its weekly profile. Now, on its weekly profile, the bottom is 53.67. You don't see a center line out there because that's also happens to be at the bottom. On occasion, we'll see that. Now, what that tells you is 53.67 is really strong support, should be strong support. You're trading at 54.08 right now. Intra-week, we've seen a price move below that, but it's still above that. So Friday, tomorrow, fun day Friday, you want to see this close above 53.67 to suggest that it's still consolidating sideways. It just got a sideways consolidation. If it trades below that, that would be a bummer. So let me pull over GATX out here because let's describe what does a bummer actually mean. On the daily time frame, I don't have anything to suggest anything other than coming back to the lows. I'm just looking to see if I can find any kind of breakout area. This is not good. 58.78 is an area that should have held on a weekly basis. Price below Stevie's red line. It's been tested and rejected the last 3 weeks. If that 53.67 area gives way on a weekly basis, yikes. Let me see what the monthly chart has. I tell you what it would be suggesting to you and I out here, Dan, is a pullback to about 45.27. And how I'm coming up with that is 45.27 is the monthly breakout level that currently shows up on the screen out here. So, it's not the end of the month. If price were to close below $56 come the end of the month, 45.27 and 39.83 become your price targets out there. So I hope that helps you out, Dan, with regard to GATX, and best of luck to you there. Hector and the fuel injectors. Hector wants to take a look at the SPY. I'm attempting to educate myself from your archive. Okay, the ABCD. I did the following mini ABCD down for the SPY. And the right track here. So let's pull the SPY over here, and you've got a mini ABCD. So you're saying for about 294.88. So let me see what bar that is. 294.88. 290. So here I can't really draw in an A to B equals CD pattern on a daily time frame. So I don't know if you're using something other than a daily time frame, but the A point at this stage certainly could be or should be the May 12th high. Right now, the B point that we'd have to use here would be the low of today. But the C point we can't really draw in. So we really can't draw an A to B equals CD, unlike what we were able to do. Probably we can do this in the diamonds because we were able to do this inside of the Dow, courtesy of Brent out here. So here's the A to B equals CD pattern. And this one has got our A to B and our AB and our C point. Our A point, April 29th, our B point, May 4th, and our C point is going to be the high from May 12th. And you'll see the 1-to-1 A to B equals CD pattern out there. You've got to have that C point. Market's got to give you 75% of the work. A, B, and C. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. We'll be right back.
Larry Pesavento is hosting a special event Thursday, May 21st from 9 a.m. until 4 p.m. Eastern Time. Trade What You See, a live trading event. For the first time in over 10 years, Larry will host a live event where you'll watch over his shoulder as he trades the markets live. You'll see how he organizes his trading day, the times most likely to generate a signal, what outside information he ignores, and more importantly, what he does not ignore, and much more. Larry will trade the markets in real time, including the Euro US dollar, pound dollar, dollar yen, the Dow, and E-mini S&P, crude oil, gold, treasury bonds, wheat, and soybeans, and more. When you sign up, you get a month of his daily newsletter, Fibonacci 24/7 included. For all the details on Larry Pesavento's live trading event on Thursday, May 21st, and to sign up today, visit the front page of TFNN.com.
If you haven't checked out the newsletters page of TFNN.com, what are you waiting for? All of the TFNN newsletters are informative, up-to-date, affordable, and a must-have for every trader looking to gain a competitive informational edge in today's markets. TFNN newsletters cover every aspect of the markets to offer you the very latest in market news. Plus, new subscribers get to test drive our newsletters risk-free for 30 days. From all aspects of the markets, including stocks, bonds, metals, commodities, and tech, there's a newsletter to fit your needs exclusively from TFNN. Stay informed each day you trade and get that competitive edge that will help you stay ahead of the game. Visit our newsletters page by going to TFNN.com and click the newsletters button near the top of the page. TFNN.com, educating investors.
Biotech is booming, but for how long? Whether you think the biotech bull has room to run or has run its course, trade LABU or LABD. Directions Daily S&P Biotech 3 times bull and bear ETFs. Visit directioninvestments.com/biotech today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction shares at 866-476-7523. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV for the latest market information.
Welcome back, folks. Let me go back to Hector's question. I read it a little bit further out here and see what he was using out here. So what Hector was doing, and I get it, it's logical out here. What he was using for his A point of the A to B equals CD pattern was this high out here from April 29th. So that's the high, and then he's using as the B point, which is appropriate, the May 4th high. Now, what you were using as the C point was going to be the high from May the 12th. Here's the problem with making that as an A to B equals CD, is that you already had price move already back to that same swing point that you began with. Usually what you're looking for is some type of retracement and something less than the 0.786 retracement. So as an example, the A to B equals CD to the upside inside the SPY, that's easy to see and detect because what we're doing is we're selecting the bottom, May 23rd. We're then using, looks like probably the high was May 31st. I'm not going to get caught up whether it was that date or a couple days earlier. And then the C point being April 1st. And that gave us just about a 43% retracement. So you don't want the C point retracement, generally speaking, Hector, to be above the 0.786 area. And that's why when I first took a look at this and found the price point, it was. Anyways, I think you've got my thinking. I hope you have my thinking, and that'd be the appropriate way. When the C point has basically made its way all the way back to the A point, it's just at best you can call it a consolidation. So we certainly can call this inside the SPYs a sideways consolidation at this level. So hopefully that helps you out. Now I know there was a request inside the Tiger's Den to go take a look at gold. I'm assuming that was gold, the commodity, versus Barrick Gold out here. So let's go take a look at it. So what is Goldilocks doing? Well, let's go take a look at, let me get all the way back here. So a couple different charts that we can take a look at for gold. Here, if we take a look at gold, we can see all of its futures contracts. We can see how price is trading in relationship to its market profiles for their respective time frames out here, as well as just simply using a simple tool of trend lines. I can go back to that ES mini chart if we have time before the show's over. I'll do it. I could turn on different automated trend line tools out here. And so right now what we know about Goldilocks is she is trading above its descending trend line. And it may be signaling to us that it is breaking out. We've got to check a few other things out here, don't we? Well, I think we do. or I'd like to. Now, if this is a breakout where price should target inside the June contract to 1772, that is the top of its profile. So let's go pull over Goldilocks and see what price does gold need to close above today to suggest that this breakout is real. Pretty simple. It's Stevie's green line. It's at 1731. It's about $7. Prices trade about $7 higher than that. What happens if price closes below 1731? I'd be careful on the breakout idea out there. If price does close above it, well, then that is a signal that it would like to continue to move higher. And that price target would be 1772. Now, what else do we need to know? There are really a couple other things that we'd like to know about gold. First is, how is gold trading in all of the major currencies? So let's go take a look at that. When we take a look at gold in all of the currencies, guess what? It's trading higher. So you've got buyers of Goldilocks in all of the major currencies. Price has not broken through its descending trend line in terms of yen. It has in terms of Great British Pound. It has in terms of euros, and it has in terms of U.S. dollars out here. What else do we need to take a look at? Well, let's go take a look at where its horizontal trading ranges are. And here when we take a look at gold, we have its monthly and its weekly horizontal trading ranges. The weekly are the ones that are in green. This chart time frame happens to be weekly as well. The red ones are the monthly horizontal trading ranges. So price has also not just gotten to the center of box where there's buyers and sellers. It's right now sitting at a resistance level at 1740. At 1740, which is the monthly horizontal trading range. Let's go see on a short-term time frame if there's any signals here for gold that would suggest that the sphincter muscle for the bulls could be tightening, and voila. What do we know? Well, there's a couple things we know. We know that the spike lower this morning at 8:30, right after the jobs numbers came out, hit what on the 30-minute time frame? It's TD 9-count breakout level, 1715.90. You see, these are the other levels of support and resistance that assist you. You don't need to really know anything about trading. You just need to know about the TD 9-count pattern, be able to establish those horizontal levels of breakdown resistance and breakout support, and it works like magic. Because then you know with specificity the number that you're taking a look at that price needs to either break or just simply test to assist you in your trading. Well, price tested and it held and it moved higher, and it's been moving higher with less relative energy. Now, that's not a problem until the bears show up. Well, the bears showed up at 11:30. They showed up again here at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Now, price is trading below Stevie's green line, just by a smidgen. 1739.50 is the number. We're trading at 1739. You can see this is a bullish structured 30-minute profile. If price were to close below 1734.30, where do you think price would pull back to? 1715.90. But right now, it's got a topping signal, but price hasn't busted out support. So remember, sellers only have the responsibility to try to push price back to support. And that's going to be 1734.30. If you see it close below that and you're an intraday type trader, probably a good idea to close out that long trade. Okay, let's go to the next question that came in. This is coming in from Dennis G. I just bought gold. And so I believe that in this case here, you're talking about Rand Gold, G-O-L-D. And if you're not, well, okay. And my apology, but I'm going to have to give you, we just covered gold. So now let's try Rand Gold. So you're buying Rand Gold right now. It is trading above the top of its daily, the top of its weekly, the top of its monthly profile. So it's above resistance. What number do you want to watch out here, Dennis? You want to watch 25.82. A close back below that for 2 days would say you could run back to 23.68. Let me get Rand Gold. I call it Rand Gold. It's Barrick Gold out here. So let me get that going on my other chart. I should have done that. Let this thing populate. We'll pull it over just to see what else we can see. And what we can see on Barrick Gold out here. How about ticker symbol? GOLD. It's got a nice Rhodes momentum indicator top out here. Now 2761 is Stevie's green line. You're playing. It doesn't have today's data in there for some reason, but still that topping mechanism. I'd be careful out here, Dennis. I'd be careful. You've got a clear topping signal. The Rhodes momentum indicator top out here. Price is going to need to close above 27.61 to somewhat set you free, but you've got resistance at the high of May 5th out here. That high is 28.29. That's really what you need to see Barrick Gold move above. in order to confirm a further move higher. Now, that was the daily time frame. What do I have on the weekly? The weekly, I don't have any kind of bearish movement out here. So I just be careful on the daily time frame chart for Barrick Gold out here. Just be careful. It's got a topping signal. In fact, to add to that carefulness out here, let me just switch over and let's go take a look at the XAU. So let's go see what patterns it might have. So we'll look at the daily time frame out here. In the XAU, what we can see is that this has a Rhodes momentum indicator top as well. And what the XAU did today, if you're going to pick out where would a counter trend rally head to, where would it find resistance, the answer would be 121.74. And that's what it's done so far. Just be careful. Be careful. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. We'll be right back.
With markets trading with extreme volatility and peaks and troughs everywhere, regardless of what you're looking at in the markets, this is a great time to see the type of analysis Basil Chapman delivers for his subscribers every market day with the Opening Call newsletter. Basil has been analyzing markets, providing his take for subscribers to his trading services since 1984. Every morning, Basil publishes an update for his subscribers, along with weekend and evening updates when warranted. The Opening Call provides traders a daily market overview with regard to the direction of the key indices, selective stocks, and commodities, along with specific recommendations, including stops and targets. You also gain instant access to Basil's subscriber webinar archive from earlier this year, a dark cloud cover, and essential market analysis. Ride the Chapman wave today by signing up for the Opening Call newsletter on the front page of TFNN.com under the newsletter tab. New subscribers get a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. Sign up today.
The gold market has taken off topside in a large way in 2020. If you want to take advantage of this sector, now is the time to subscribe to my gold report. The gold report took profits in 4 of its equities in the gold portfolio in the first week of January for a combined profit of 99.2%, with 2 positions left in the portfolio that have a profit of 67.5% as of January 7th. The gold report is a comprehensive look at the metals sector as well as the markets that move gold, which is the currency and bond markets. New subscribers get a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to lose. Every Monday morning, I publish the gold report with coverage of gold, silver, bonds, the XAU, HUI, GDX, as well as more than 30 different mining equities. To see for yourself the types of profitable trades that are recommended within the gold report, sign up now by visiting TFNN.com. Don't miss out on the next great gold trade. Sign up today.
You know what's cool? Taking something that's good for you. Something specifically formulated to help with weight loss, better sleep, stress reduction, and the need to detox.
Nico, our hunter and gatherer ancestors found all their nutritional requirements for health in their wild environment. But today, our food sources no longer contain the vitamins, minerals, and nutrients our bodies need to stay healthy and strong.
That's why we need Primal Edge Daily Nutrition. It includes a special blend of ionics, oil-based vitamins, minerals, fatty, and amino acids in an easy-to-use liquid form.
Primal Edge is powered by highly concentrated fulvic and humic acids, nature's preferred delivery system. They have been called miracle molecules because, like sunlight, air, and water, life cannot exist without them.
That's right, Paige. They ensure we receive all the nutrition we need to be healthy and thrive. We take it every morning.
Primal Edge, formulated and approved by Nico and Paige of Living a Primal Lifestyle. Buy it today for just $89. Click on the Primal Edge banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
This is David White. Stay tuned because coming up next is the Power Trading Hour right here on TFNN.
Welcome back, folks. Hey, a quick shout out and thanks to all of the YouTube viewers that we've got. I guess right now we've got about 400 people watching live. And what we're going to do, folks, here is Stephen K. wrote in and wanted to take a look at some of the commodities. It's the last segment here, so we'll take a look at light sweet crude since that's what he had mentioned. So remember, we take a look at these TAS market profiles. Trading without knowing where the buyers and sellers are really ties your hands behind your back because you really don't know how to interpret price. or how to easily interpret price out here. And here, if we look at this, is 4 different time frames: an hourly time frame, that's on your left-hand side, followed by the 240-minute, then the daily and the weekly out here. So what do we know about light sweet crude? Well, price is traded above the top of its 60, the top of its 240, so it's above resistance. It's taken out those sellers. There's a brand new profile that formed a couple days ago, and the profile was below price. What does that mean? When a profile forms and it's below price, it is a bullish message out here. And that's what we've seen. We've seen light sweet crude continue to creep up. Now, on a weekly profile, we can see that it is trying to get back to 28.29. That is the center of its profile out there. So that's going to be a potential resistance area. What we can also do is bring over light sweet crude, and we can take a look at its weekly time frame and see that at the 28-ish area, we see Stevie's red line. Stephen, this is the price level that if light sweet crude can close above, specifically by tomorrow, because it's a weekly chart out there, and I'm not saying that it will, but if it does, it's only $1 away, less than $1 away. If you do see a close above this, then this is telling us that price wants to move higher. Now, 42.78 is the number on the weekly chart, but before we would get there, I'd look back to the daily time frame chart. Go back to the daily, and the daily would say if price can close above Stevie's red line on the weekly level, that where price is targeting is 34.50, and that is its breakdown area. And that is very likely where light sweet crude is heading to. So that's how we'll end the show, folks. Again, thanks to all the YouTube viewers out there and listeners. Thanks to everybody in the den. And if I didn't say thank you to you, well, I'm specifically saying thank you to you. That is everyone. So stay tuned, folks. 2 more great hours. My favorite polar bear, David White, he's up next. Tom O'Brien to take us on home from 3 to 4, and I'll be back with you on Fabulous Friday. Hey, today is Haircut Thursday. I can't wait to get rid of my dreadlocks. Take care, folks.